All right, so here we are with our second ever video on Crowfall related to, in this case, building up a fort. So what you're going to find is on the test server we had a unlimited amount of resources to try to build up our fort. And so what I've done here in this video is I've sped up a 50-minute clip to make it a watchable piece of content for everyone. And what you'll see is kind of what it takes, to build up a fort from, beginning to finish and getting every single building completely ranked up to rank 3. This is the Knights of the Golden Vessel and I kind of working together to come up with a fully fleshed out fort just to kind of see what it looked like, how much resource it totally took. And this, of course, is on the test server, like I said. So what you have here is our ability to grab out of a resource, kind of chest here any resources that we need to build up this fort. Normally what this would take is going and running things called caravans, where you go and you get a pack pig that's loaded down with stone or timber or ore, whichever one of those three primary resources, and then kind of bringing them back to your fort. However, this again, since the test environment, they just wanted to give us the resources so that we can build them up. So what you're going to find is, as we scroll through here, again sped up so hopefully it doesn't make you too dizzy or anything, is this is the full end-to-end of us building up our fort. I hope that you enjoy this and can even take away and pause some of the content so you know how much resources it actually takes to build up some of this stuff. You'll find, and as you just saw there, sometimes it's the full, blocked resources, and sometimes it's the basic resources, depending on the phase of the building and the type of the building. So kind of neat. Figured it was a good resource for the community to have, to be able to look back on. This is the 5.115 build that's currently on the test server. So of course, subject to change. In fact, I hear that they're going to be changing forts into kind of mini keeps, and forts become a different kind of piece of the game. So we'll see. But I think it's really neat to look at this full-blown fort, fully built up and fleshed out. Very beautiful graphics, in my opinion. I think they're doing a great job. This game's coming along swimmingly, and I'm really excited for when this is a competitive piece of the environment, is building up these forts. So hope you all enjoy it and find it useful. Not only useful in and of itself, but also, hoping that this might draw people to the game. And, it's early in the alpha phase. We just officially transitioned from pre-alpha to alpha. Next is beta, and that's going to be when they begin to invite, I think, something like 350,000 plus players that have signed up on the Crowfall.com website. And so we're looking for players in the Knights of the Golden Vessel that are willing to kind of jump in beta and beyond, and really help us continue to become a competitive force within this world that is Crowfall. So looking forward to anybody that wants to kind of look us up on Crowfall.com. Before I forget to mention it, the phase that we're in here, this is a game world called a campaign world. This is the dregs, specifically playtesting. This is the only place you can really build up your forts specifically for your guild. And the part that's important about that is, to know about this rather, is that this normally, again, not only would take a long time or require caravans, but it would also take several days to get to kind of put it into perspective, especially with a small group. Larger groups can probably get it done within several hours of gameplay together, but to truly build it from end to end, it would take several days. And so that really gives you an idea of the scale of this and kind of how complicated this system is intended to be. And this is just a fort. So there's forts, there's keeps, there's ultimately going to be castles, and then there's smaller objectives within the world as well. That it takes your gatherers, it takes your crafters, it takes your PvP players to really work together to come up with hopefully a result on this game. And so just a couple of additional pieces. I could spend all day talking about the systems on this game, but part that I think is most exciting is the building of the world and kind of how dynamic that can be. And there's also destruction of this world. So other guilds can come in and siege just this fort, set up siege engines, lob boulders, fiery boulders over the walls, whether it's to destroy the walls or whether it's to destroy just the buildings within inside the walls, and to just do economic damage to your group, your guild. And so the game is very competitive, very player versus player based. The developers are still working on systems to enhance and to drive more of that player versus player activity. And so, more to come, and it only gets more and more complex the more they go. But also, I think they're doing a good job of tying the systems together so that they just make sense. So I'm going to go ahead and just stop talking and let you guys watch the way the rest of the fort comes together. And thank you very much for watching, and I hope you find this useful. Take care. Well, we now have a complete fort upgraded to the nth degree, guys. That's kind of cool. Well, this is really cool. I'm a big fan of the artwork. Whoever did this art.